ISSIAH Walker, offensive tackle, 15th rated, coming out of high school, just committed to Florida in the fall of 2019, signed 2020, bam, transfers to Miami, something that's been speculated upon, but is now official.
That's a big move. If you've been watching any of these shows, that was a guy that people asked me about a lot during this last recruiting class. It's a guy that we spoke about, wrote about, followed, tried to figure out the leaves or read the tea leaves, as it were. He's 6'5", 305, somewhere in that range-ish, from Miami Norland Senior High School, which is literal walking distance from Hard Rock Stadium. If you're from that area, sometimes people will go and park their cars over at Norland and walk under the turnpike right there. I mean, it's, like I said, literal walking distance from the stadium. Huge recruit, 4-star, is one of the best offensive tackles in the state of Florida in this recruiting class at all. And, he's from this area. So losing him to Florida was a big blow. There's been much speculation behind the scenes as to why he decided to choose Florida. He signed there, enrolled in January, and bounced quickly. It was like, yeah, that's not the place for me. And ended up just like today, actually, announcing his transfer destination is going to be Coral Gables. So whether he's eligible this year or not, that's still a huge get. You're going to force that first year redshirt and still have 4 years to play if he is not eligible this year, and that's perfectly fine. I think that most offensive linemen, like we were talking about a couple of weeks ago, if you have a paradigm set for how you build the offensive line, most will be well served with a redshirt year. And I think that will be, well used with ISSIAH Walker. If by some chance he is eligible, then he's going to compete for a tackle slot right off the bat, which is great. And that's the thing that this roster needed, is offensive linemen. And, we talked about that in this recruiting class. We talked about that for years. And he was one of the prime targets to add to this class throughout the whole entire process. So then you add him to Chris Washington, who's a developmental tackle from Nashville at 6'7", 275, and along with Jalen Rivers from Oakleaf up in Orange Park outside of Jacksonville. Now you got 3 really good tackle prospects from this class coming in, and you just increase the talent at that position. So, it's like we are talking about last week, you got to throw numbers at the problem, but when you have numbers of quality, hopefully they start to hit. And ISSIAH Walker is one of those guys, and I'm really, really excited that, he's transferring down here.
As Newking God points out, another definition of draining the swamp that we become accustomed to on the political scene, but this one, in a sense, literal swamp of the Gators, going from Florida to Miami, ISSIAH Walker. So
look, it's almost, I was going to write a piece. I had to maybe rethink this now about the college football trade machine and like what trades you would make to make your team better. Miami traded Lorenzo Lingard, a former 5-star running back who's had a couple injury issues and things throughout his career, but he transfers to Florida. Then you get Avante Williams, and they called National Signing Day Tay Day because they thought he was going there. Wrong. And then ISSIAH Walker, I saw somebody said they want to call today Zay Day for his announcement of his transfer. And then those two guys, ISSIAH Walker Jr. and Avante Williams, Florida fans were dead set certain that both of them were going to be wearing orange and blue. Both of those guys are now Hurricanes. So if I had to lose Lorenzo Lingard, and I'm a big fan of Lorenzo Lingard, and I think he can still do big things, but if I got to trade him to get both of them, all day long, any day of the week and twice on Sunday, I'm making that trade. So, I mean, I think we're in a good space.